There is a quiet moment most homeowners imagine for years. It is not loud. It is not celebrated with fireworks. No one throws a party. It happens on an ordinary day. You open the mail. You read the statement. And for the first time in decades, the balance is gone. Zero. No lender. No interest. No monthly countdown hanging over your life. You tell yourself, this is it. This is freedom. You worked through layoffs. You survived recessions. You paid through rate spikes, emergencies, family obligations, and sleepless nights. You did everything right. And then, something happens that almost no one prepares you for. Another envelope arrives. Not from a bank. Not from a mortgage company. Not from someone you ever negotiated with. It comes from the county. Inside is a number that does not care that your house is paid off. A number that does not care that your income stopped growing years ago. A number that often rises faster than inflation, faster than pensions, and faster than common sense. Property taxes. For millions of retirees, this is the moment when freedom quietly breaks. The home you finally own outright starts costing more every year, sometimes far more. And the most dangerous part? No one sends a warning. No one explains what changed. No one tells you what you missed. Property taxes do not retire when you do. They do not slow down when your paycheck disappears. They do not adjust to your lifestyle. In many states, they are accelerating. Behind the scenes, rules are changing. Exemptions are expanding in some places. Refunds are growing quietly in others. Assessment systems are catching up all at once. And almost none of it happens automatically. Right now, some retirees will open their next bill and feel relief. Others will open theirs and feel panic. The difference is not income. It is not luck. It is not timing. It is knowing what changed and acting before doors quietly close. Let's start with the state that rewrote the rules instead of tweaking them. Number 1. Texas. Texas did not adjust property taxes. Texas detonated the old system. While many states argued over small increases or symbolic relief, Texas approved the largest homestead exemption expansion ever implemented in the United States. The exemption on primary residences jumped from $40,000 to $100,000. That is not cosmetic. That is structural. It removes a massive portion of your home's value before any tax rate is applied. For retirees, this one change reshaped the entire math of homeownership. But here is where confusion turns expensive. This relief is not automatic. Many retirees believe it is. They assume their old homestead filing covers it. They assume turning 65 triggered everything. They assume the system handled it quietly. It does not. In Texas, exemptions only exist if you apply. No application means no protection, no retroactive fixes, no forgiveness. And retirees over 65 receive even more powerful benefits. There is an additional senior exemption layered on top of the base homestead amount. More importantly, the school tax portion of the bill becomes permanently frozen at the level it was when the senior exemption was approved. That freezes everything. Home values can soar, neighborhoods can change, rates can climb, but the school tax portion does not move. Over time, that single protection can save retirees tens of thousands. Miss the filing window, and none of it applies for that year. Texas has quietly become one of the most retiree-friendly property tax environments in the country, but only for those who act. And while Texas slashed the bill up front, another state chose a very different strategy. Number 2. Nebraska. Nebraska did not lower property taxes directly. Instead, it sends the money back. The state expanded its property tax refund program for seniors, and the scale of that expansion has gone almost completely unnoticed. Income limits increased, eligibility widened, refund percentages climbed. For some retirees, the refund can reach the full amount paid. That means you pay the bill, then receive a refund returning part or all of it later. Lower income retirees benefit the most. Moderate income retirees still receive meaningful relief. Many are seeing refunds ranging from $1,500 to several thousand each year. But this program comes with strict rules. It must be filed every year. There are no extensions, no carryovers, no second chances. Miss 1 year, and that year is gone. Some retirees assume they earn too much and never check. Others qualified years ago but stopped filing. Under the expanded rules, many of those people qualify again. Nebraska rewards attention. It punishes assumptions. And while some states are quietly offering relief, others are delivering delayed shock. Number 3. New Jersey and Illinois. Between 2020 and 2023, home values exploded. 30% increases became normal. 40% jumps became common. Some areas saw values rise by half. But property taxes lag behind reality. Assessments do not update instantly. They move in cycles. And now, those cycles are colliding all at once. In New Jersey, retirees are seeing increases layered on top of already high bills. In Illinois, reassessment cycles are delivering 30 to 50% jumps in a single adjustment. For retirees on fixed income, this is not manageable. A budget built around $3,000 per year suddenly must absorb $4,500. That money comes from somewhere: food, healthcare, savings, or, eventually, the house itself. But here is what almost no one explains. Assessments are often wrong. Square footage errors. Incorrect condition ratings. Basements listed as finished when they are not. Bathrooms added that never existed. Lot sizes overstated. Every error inflates value. Every error is appealable. And appeals work. Many retirees who challenge their assessments win meaningful reductions. The problem is timing. Appeal windows are short, often 30 to 90 days. Miss it, and the inflated value locks in for years. Most retirees do not fail because they are wrong. They fail because they waited. Number 4. Florida and Georgia. While assessments rise, another trend is spreading quietly. Freeze programs. These programs lock assessed value once a homeowner reaches a certain age or income level. Florida limits annual increases for long-term homeowners. Georgia offers county-based freezes that many retirees never realize exist. Once frozen, rising market values stop affecting taxable value. That stability matters more than a one-time exemption. What is changing now is scope. More retirees qualify. Thresholds are shifting. Protections are expanding. But these programs require action, applications, documentation, deadlines. Some require renewal every year. One of the most expensive mistakes retirees make is assuming they are still enrolled. Counties do not send reminders. The freeze simply disappears, and by the time the bill arrives, it is too late. Number 5. North Dakota. While most states argue over exemptions and caps, North Dakota crossed a line no one else has fully crossed. They remove property taxes entirely for primary residences. This is not a proposal, not a campaign promise, not stalled legislation. The law passed. Implementation is underway. For qualifying primary homes, the property tax bill drops to 0. Not reduced, not offset, not delayed. 0. Before this change, the average homeowner in North Dakota paid between $2,500 and $3,500 per year. Over a 20-year retirement, removing that expense can save $50,000 to $70,000. There are no applications, no income limits, no age thresholds, no renewals. If the home is your primary residence, property tax no longer applies. Schools remain funded. Local governments continue operating. The burden shifts elsewhere. Other states are watching closely. If it works, this model will not stay isolated. And it forces retirees to confront an uncomfortable question. Is it better to spend years fighting rising property taxes or live where the problem no longer exists? That question leads directly into the most dangerous part of this entire discussion: deadlines. The deadline trap most retirees never see. Property tax relief programs do not care why you miss the deadline. Not knowing does not protect you. Being busy does not protect you. Health issues do not protect you. Miss it by one day, and the door closes. And in most cases, it stays closed for an entire year, sometimes longer. Across every state we've discussed, deadlines quietly drain retiree savings every year. Homestead exemptions, senior exemptions, assessment appeals, refund filings, annual renewals. One missed form can cost thousands, and no one calls to warn you. The most dangerous thing about property taxes is not how high they can go. It is how quietly they change. No flashing alerts, no urgent phone calls, no letters that explain what you missed. The system assumes you are watching every detail, and if you are not, it keeps your money. This is the reality retirees across the country are discovering too late, not because they were careless, but because no one ever explained how unforgiving property tax systems really are. Let's talk about the deadlines that decide everything. The deadline reality. Most retirees discover after the damage is done. There is a hard truth buried inside every property tax relief program. It does not care why you missed the deadline. Not knowing does not protect you. Being sick does not protect you. Traveling does not protect you. Assuming it was automatic does not protect you. Miss the date, and the door closes. In many cases, it stays closed for an entire year, sometimes longer. Across the states we've discussed, the same pattern repeats over and over again. Retirees qualify. They could have saved thousands, but one form was never filed, and the system moves on without them. Exemption filing deadlines. Homestead exemptions and senior exemptions almost always have fixed filing windows. These are not flexible. They are not suggestions. In Texas, missing the late spring deadline can erase the benefit of the largest homestead exemption expansion in history for an entire year. In Florida, homestead deadlines fall early in the year, earlier than many retirees expect. In Georgia, deadlines vary by county, which catches people completely off guard. Miss the date, and the exemption does not apply. No partial credit. No retroactive adjustment. No appeals. One missed deadline can quietly cost thousands. Assessment appeal windows. Assessment notices arrive quietly, often buried among other mail, often glanced at and set aside. That is the moment when money is lost. The appeal clock starts ticking the day the notice is issued. Most states allow between 30 and 90 days to challenge the assessment. Miss that window, and the inflated value locks in, not for a few months, for years. And here is the part that matters most. A shocking number of assessments are wrong. Square footage errors. Condition ratings that do not match reality. Basements marked as finished when they are not. Bathrooms listed that never existed. Lot sizes overstated. Every error increases value. Every error increases taxes. Appeals do not usually require lawyers. They require documentation and deadlines. Retirees who challenge often win. Those who wait pay forever. Refund and credit program deadlines. Programs like Nebraska's property tax refund require annual filing, every single year. Miss 1 year, and that year disappears. No makeup filing, no carryover, no exception. Circuit breaker programs in other states operate the same way. They reward consistency. They punish forgetfulness. Many retirees assume once approved, they are protected. They are not. Annual renewal traps. This is where even careful retirees get caught. Some protections are permanent once approved. Others are not. Some require renewal every year. Others require periodic confirmation. Illinois' senior freeze is a prime example. Fail to renew, and the freeze quietly disappears. There is no warning letter, no reminder call. The retiree only discovers the loss when the bill arrives already too late. The silent cost of assuming you're covered. One of the most expensive phrases in retirement is, "I think I already have that." Assumptions cost more than ignorance, because assumptions stop action. Counties do not check in. States do not follow up. Programs do not verify your awareness. The system assumes you are paying attention, and if you are not, it keeps your money. What retirees must do now. Information alone does not protect anyone. Action does. Here is what actually works. Immediate actions. First, verify your current status. Do not assume. Do not guess. Call your county assessor or appraisal office. Ask directly which exemptions, freezes, or programs are currently active on your property. Confirm them one by one. Second, review your most recent assessment notice line by line. Not the total, the details. Square footage, bathrooms, basement status, lot size, condition rating. Any error is leverage. Third, write down every relevant deadline, exemption filings, appeal windows, refund applications, renewals. Set reminders at least 2 weeks before each one, not the day before. Priority actions. Fourth, research your state's current programs. Not what existed 5 years ago, not what a neighbor mentioned, not what you vaguely remember. Programs change. Go directly to your state or county tax authority. Ask what expanded. Ask what changed. Ask what is new. Fifth, gather documentation now. Proof of age, proof of residence, income records if required, property records. Waiting until deadlines invites mistakes. Sixth, file any pending applications early. Submit them ahead of time. Confirm receipt. Verify approval. Paperwork lost is protection lost. Long-term protection strategy. Seventh, create a dedicated property tax file. Digital or physical. Include all filings S, all approval letters, all deadlines, all contact information. When something changes, you are ready. Eighth, evaluate your long-term exposure, not just this year. Ask difficult questions. What happens if assessments rise again? What happens if exemptions expire? What happens if income changes? And the hardest question of all, are you in the right state for retirement? The relocation question. Most retirees avoid. Moving feels emotional. It feels like giving up. It feels disruptive. It feels final. But property taxes force the question whether retirees want to face it or not. Some states are becoming safer. Others are becoming riskier. The difference over 10 or 15 years can reach tens of thousands. Relocation is not about chasing the cheapest bill. It is about predictability. Knowing your housing cost will not spiral beyond control. States like Texas, Alabama, South Carolina, and North Dakota are actively positioning themselves as retiree-friendly. Others continue raising assessments without expanding protection. Staying put may still make sense, but ignoring the math does not stop it. Understanding it gives you control. The heavy reality. Most retirees were never told. Property taxes were never supposed to be the threat. They were supposed to be manageable, predictable, background noise. But for many retirees, they have become the loudest bill in the room. The good news is this: you are not powerless. The programs exist. The protections exist. The savings are real, but they only work for those who act. The bottom line: there are 5 truths every retiree must understand right now. First, Texas implemented the largest homestead exemption in American history, but only if you apply. Second, Nebraska is refunding property taxes to seniors, but only with annual filing. Third, assessment shock is spreading as past home values finally catch up. Fourth, freeze programs are expanding, but renewals matter. Fifth, North Dakota is eliminating property taxes entirely on primary residences. Every one of these comes with deadlines. Every one requires action, and missing even one can cost thousands. Most retirees never expected property taxes to threaten their retirement. But that is the reality today. Now you know. What happens next determines whether your home remains a place of peace or becomes a financial pressure point. The clock does not stop, and neither should you.